Alrighty. Alrighty, guys. Let's go ahead and get this started. Alright. So, I figured this would be appropriate since the last time we streamed, we talked about reaction channels and how reactors are practicing pay-to-play. Though, in case you didn't catch that stream or watch it afterwards, pretty much in the nutshell, what I was talking about is, yeah, there are reactors that will react, they'll receive money and then react to a video. And that happens in sorts of various ways. It could be like upfront, like someone actually give a super chat or donation and, hey, react to this. It could happen through a Patreon. And it could happen from probably a label offering money. I'm not going to put it past that. I think that happens. It could also be like a band offering money. Look, I'm not going to say it's all bad. Okay. You may think that that's fine. There are areas of where someone may be comfortable with. Like I said in that stream, what I have an issue with is when people charge bands for reactions. That's like dipping into them. It should, like, if you don't want to do a reaction on that band because you don't think it's worth your time, then don't do it. But charging them for a reaction is ridiculous. I don't know how that helps the band. Be like, oh, it's advertising. Okay. All right, pal. All right. I mean, are you having trouble making money in other ways and other avenues? Like, are you that desperate to maximize profit that you have to start charging the band for reactions? So that's where I draw the line there. Now, if there are people that are getting paid, by like record labels, obviously that's a problem because that is it's definitely gonna influence. It's gonna be a bias for sure. There are bands that will do that. Will pay for reactions. I mean, look, here's the thing: if they're willing to give you money, are you gonna say no? Where's your integrity? Where do you draw what are you comfortable with? Okay. For each person, it's going to be different. For each reactor, it's going to be different. Okay. And I noticed the Gaijin guys were talking about this. I was like, you know what? I'll tell you what. Let me take a look at it. I took a look at it briefly last time. I was like, you know what? I think this would be good to react to. I think it would be. They actually, the Wave actually did some really good work with the Gaijin spin a reaction video. So that's another thing I wanted to talk about. Like, I know there's reactors that will just react to a music video or to a song, but he went like above and beyond. He didn't just cover the song. He wore the wig and everything. I mean, that's pretty good. So yeah, that's kind of cool. I have no problem saying that. Like, some people may think like I've an issue with them. I don't know. It's just one little thing. Okay, whatever. Just different opinion on one thing. All right. So let's go ahead and get started because I think I may end up agreeing with them, and if I disagree in any area, we'll explore that. Let's go and put it on the screen though. Where's my OBS? It's right here. All right. Still in the house. Gonna be in the house for a little while. Any work on the shed? I didn't do any work on the shed. It's really hot, guys. I've been working on a little video game, okay? This thing right here. Okay, I'll show you right now. I shouldn't. Oh. Okay, this is what I have so far. Okay. It's gonna give you a big error message. Can't play. All right. You can see part of it. Working on this. So this is what's taking my time instead of working on the shed. Okay. So working on this right here. Let's go down here. Little. I wonder where a 360, where you can. Oh. I have it where the guys come outdoors. That took a while to do. That did take a while. So I'm liking it. Obviously, I like what I've done. You know, it's big progress for me because I never thought I would do something like this. Let me get through these guys. Let me show you something. Oh, you get prize weapons. I wanted to get this guy to follow me, and he'll follow you too. He'll follow you. Okay. He will follow you to the end of the earth. He will murder you. Okay. So the AI is not totally dumb, but they're kind of dumb. That's what I have so far. Different weapons. You pick them up as you go. You get rewarded based on your score. They drop weapons, kind of like I was thinking like a Smash TV sort of thing or a Bubble Bobble sort of thing where like food items will come down too and give you health and stuff like that. Anyway, but that's not why you're here. I'm just showing you what I've been doing instead of streaming all the time and working on the shed and getting that going, becoming a studio. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into this here. So we're here to talk about, obviously, what's going on with the reactors here. This discussion is coming up quite a bit. Pay to react. Let's go and play.
Do you want me to?
Yeah, lead it off. Thanks for reminding me, champ. I completely forgot about that. I was like, this seems shorter than usual.
Our segues are so on point today. It's amazing.
I know. Yeah.
Just
fucking
as smooth
gold
as ever.
This is the first time the four of us have been together on a
we
stream
forgot
in
how
like
everybody.
6 weeks. So.
We forgot how to interact.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's start all over.
Probably should have moved it to the exact time stamp, but it's coming up pretty soon.
So this interesting video popped up. We're not gonna say what it is, but it came up with some really interesting topics.
See, I'm kind of curious about this. Like, I don't know what they're insinuating as far as like who it was or anything like that. Is it someone that I know or don't know? I'm not sure.
Topics that are interesting to think about when it comes to reaction videos supporting bands and stuff. And
We're about to fight.
It was a highly
Like, is there gonna be a fight with the Gaijin guys?
debated video. We'll just say that it is no longer available.
Yeah, it is. It's no longer available, so we're not.
What? So this guy posted a video that's no longer available, criticizing reactors. Okay, I kind of want to know that.
It's, I guess, not relevant anymore.
He
but-
didn't even care, but apparently he ended up caring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The topics discussed in the video, I feel, are very relevant to us four, and so it's going to be interesting to get each other's thoughts on this. So I kind of just broke it down into a few different topics that were brought up in the video.
Yeah, because the original video was like 50 minutes long. Just so you guys know.
There's a response video to this that's up that like had some really good points to it. But yeah, that's
Yeah,
about
I
it.
think there's
there.
no reason
Yeah.
that we can't say who that is. If you want to,
Let me skip ahead. Let me get further into it. Okay, like the drama stuff are kind of getting around that. This is like, okay, come on.
Drew
you
Gooden,
serious?
not the basketball
Free
player.
Gooden?
Okay, they're talking about
Yeah,
Right here.
Yeah, him.
Okay,
The
so,
Drew-
so that's where this stuff is coming from, supposedly. Okay,
Gooden.
Wait, no, it's Fortune. Isn't it Fortune?
skip
We're good
ahead.
at it.
Skip ahead.
Oh, okay.
Let's get to the meat of it.
Drew Gooden is a.
Get to
Yeah,
the
I
meat of
watch
it.
his videos all the time.
Drew.
Get to the
Oh,
meat of it.
I must have gotten that wrong. I don't know why
Yeah.
I thought that was Drew Gooden.
It's got Drew Gooden on the
All
brain.
right.
Welcome to false
I think we're
information
getting close to the meat of it.
for the guys.
Okay, so basically, I'm going to bring up one topic at a time, just give a brief summary. I'm not going to say
That's
anything on my thoughts. I'll just let you guys discuss it first, and I'd have thoughts, but I don't want to start off on a biased note. So this is the first thing was thoughts on reacting to the popular bands in the reaction sphere for views? What do you guys?
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say my thoughts as well. Reacting to popular bands for views. Well, of course you do, but at the same time, you can react to bands that you just like that just so happen to be popular, or you can kind of mix it. You know, if someone reacts to more known, I say, Japanese bands like Bandmate or Baby Metal or Love Bites, yeah, it's gonna draw more attention. But when I react to bands like Audius or Gotrek Spin or any other kind of like, who's that band? We don't really know because it's a whole other sphere. It's not really gonna get that draw, but I do it anyway. You know.
Guys think about
This
that?
podcast will explain.
Sorry.
That's what he sounds like if you're curious.
They're playing part of the podcast there.
I was gonna watch videos while you guys talk. Go for it. Just kidding.
All right,
Go
Champ,
ahead.
what do you think about that? Reacting to popular bands.
Like choosing to react to only popular bands and not smaller bands.
So I guess some people have an issue with that. Like some of these reactors are only reacting to positive or popular bands. Okay. I mean, what's the issue really? I mean, you react to popular bands, and it's gonna bring the views. Sure, people see that, and then you can react to the smaller ones. I don't understand what the problem is.
Yeah.
I think it is. Oh God. The TLDR version would be. I think you should react to whatever you want to.
What does
And if-
TLDR
if-
mean?
That's a fair enough opinion right there. React to whatever you want to. That makes sense. That's fine. If you want to react to drama videos, you react to that. You want to react to men of culture stuff, you react to that. I don't think they're talking about that, but you know, if you want to react to whatever you want to react to, do that, man. If it's just popular videos, okay, popular bands, sure, fine, whatever.
Too long.
Too long
didn't read.
Okay.
And if you only want to
You
react
really didn't know what TLDR?
to popular music, I honestly think that should be okay because it's your channel. And you
Out of
should-
all the things that are not okay anymore, that is not something that I don't think anyone should be concerned about. So I definitely agree with them 100% on that. I think some people want reactors to really give more attention to smaller bands, which is a good thing. Don't get me wrong. Sure, that's cool. It benefits smaller bands. But if you're only reacting to smaller bands that no one knows, then your channel is going to be a small channel that no one knows. In fact, maybe it could probably benefit my channel if I only reacted to, well, the popular bands instead of the who are these again? But like I said, I mix it up.
do whatever the fuck you want with it.
Do whatever
Hey,
the F
that's
you
my
want.
that's my
I
simple.
agree with that.
Without going into like the
Yeah.
a 40-minute spiel of me just talking about like all the layers to this. That's ultimately.
I think
how
it's pretty
feel.
solid.
There's layers to this. I mean, I'm pretty much a nut and bolt simple guy right here. I don't understand where there's layers to this. It's very cut and dry. React to whatever you want, man. That's it. What's the problem?
Oh yeah, do whatever the fuck you want on your channel. If you want,
Someone's looking at your chili and judging. Someone's looking at your stew and judging. Okay,
small bands or big
They-
bands, it's up to you.
they need to mind their own garden. Okay, they need to tend to their own garden, mind their own business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's get everyone's opinion on this. Just quick opinion before
Ryan,
we
go.
discuss it.
Is that a McDonald's
So
cup?
it is. Tell me again what it is. And I know I just heard.
Tell me again what it is. It's such a like. It's such a. Oh, like a trivial, not a trivial, a mundane. That's the word I'm looking for. It's such a mundane issue that even this guy was like, "Wait, remind me again. What is this? This is so dumb."
So it is. Tell me again what it is. And I know I just heard Champ, but I'm wanna make
Just
sure I
like
understand you
reacting to bands.
He's like, "Champ, I don't understand. Explain it to me." And I'm not making fun of this guy. I'm making fun of people being, or I guess, is the word offended, or having an issue with people only reacting to popular bands. Okay.
Bands you know are popular in the reaction community that will get views.
Well, I mean, if you want to get any kind of foothold at all in this, you fucking have to. You can just stay.
Exactly. If you react to nothing but local bands that play at a local scout bar or whatever, then guess what? No one's gonna know your channel except for those guys. That's it.
Stay at 50 subscribers and just react to bands nobody knows. But
Mhm.
if
You know what, too? Anyone who comes out and says, "Man, like, you should only react to the small bands." It's like, okay, are you really reacting to only your local bands? How small are we going here? Okay, come on.
you want to get those bands in front of people, you got to do some popular shit so other people will
Right.
see, and then they will be able to find smaller bands. That's why I look at it.
That's a great summary.
Can I add to that?
100%.
This is the reason why I started venturing off to even more bands outside of Japan, because I was like, if I keep just showing Japanese bands, it's just going to stay within a circle.
I had that issue too. I had that same issue. For a good while, I was like, man, I'm like in a niche or circle, and I don't know if I could really branch out. It got to the point to where I was like, well, I started reacting to other Japanese-related adjacent videos, like about culture and stuff. I still kind of do at times, and I don't just mean the men of culture. I mean other things like the birth rate in Japan or the Yakuza and stuff like that. But yeah, I started branching out. I was like, you know what? People like some people who like the band Made, like The Warning. I never truly checked out The Warning before, and that's what got me into it. So it was good.
So now if I do other bands outside the circle, and then like for tomorrow, I'm going to release a Hanabiye video, but it's been a while since I put a Japanese band on there. But now I grew a more audience from Avenged Sevenfold and from Ren. Now I can...
Oh man, now like popular bands like that, Avenged Sevenfold, like I think I did one reaction to one of their videos and it got blocked. So I'm not whitelisted on that one. Maybe I could have reached out and tried to appeal it, but I didn't. I was like, whatever.
And introduce them to a Japanese band. So I know a lot of people on my channel are like, dude, you're not doing Japanese music anymore. I'm like, no, I am. There's just a strategy to it. I was just like, let me focus on these other things, and then let's show them a badass Japanese band every once in a while. Because that's how you're going to necessarily do it. In my head, maybe there's some flaw to it, but that's the way I'm thinking. Like you gotta like spread it around.
But you kind of stay, like obviously, like if you start off reacting to a lot of Japanese bands, you're still going to have the audience. So you definitely put that in there. Maybe make it like a certain day, if you can coordinate it like that.
And then you can like start introducing bands from all over the world. And I've already seen some comments of people that never heard of Electric Callboy, never heard of Bandmade. They're like,
hey, I didn't know about Electric Callboy or Electric. Is it Electric Callboy, Electric Eskimo? Like who? Okay, I think it's Electric Callboy, right? I didn't know about them until Nemophila. people, Night Flight. There was a lot of people in the comments section saying, "Oh, this is this Electric Callboy." I was like, "Who the hell is Electric Callboy?" I have no idea.
Oh, I see you always talking about these, and yeah, they're really good. So I think it's working in my head. So that's the way I look at it. You got to spread it around. Like you got to do small, big bands from all over the world and just like keep it mixed up. In my opinion, that's how I run my channel.
And that's fair enough. I mean, and anyone who disagrees with it, well, guess what? I mean, that's his garden, so to speak. That's what he's doing for his garden. Especially any other reactor, it's kind of like that's what he's doing. It's fine. It's not causing an issue. It's not causing a problem. I think we're about to get into the pay-to-play thing a little bit. I call it pay-to-play. Even if I were to receive a super chat or donation to react to a video, I'd still call it pay-to-play. That's kind of the idea. If you don't pay, you don't play.
I mean, for everyone that can do whatever they want. So
yeah, I have more we can add. Is there
or maybe another way to phrase it is, hey, if you pay, I'll definitely play. But I was gonna play anyway. How about that?
If you go, whichever way you want to go here.
If you want to appease if you want your channel to not just be literally buried underneath everything ever, which makes it kind of pointless, there's a little bit of algorithm pleasing that you have to do no matter what. And that means some
That is true. That is true.
Popular bands, you just don't have a choice. You just have to do that.
Yeah. That's, I mean, you guys summed it up really well. When
I don't
we
hear any disagreement with these four guys.
start YouTube, no matter how much work we've put into it, if no one's watching, we're still a nobody just starting on YouTube. We need to find people that enjoy watching our videos, enjoy our personalities, and start to care about what we have to say before we can, share new bands with people. And like you were saying,
That is true as well. Like, they have to start liking your personality and what you bring to it, what you offer to it, and all that. And sure,
I react to pretty much anything that people request, and it covered, I don't even know how many different bands are on my channel now, but even videos that only get like 200 views, I still see a lot of comments on those videos of people.
yeah, I noticed that as well. Like, if you react to something like a smaller band, but they have like a very active fan base, but it may be a small fan base, that they will be very active in the comments, which is good for your algorithm as well. It'll help your channel, supposedly.
They're like, I had never heard this band before.
Right.
I'm excited to give them a try. Or I just bought a bunch of merch and albums because I enjoyed this band so much. So it's like, it was necessary that I found other people that enjoy watching my videos before I could
Of course, thumbnails help. Thumbnails do help. They do help.
start promoting smaller bands, because no one's going to
Sure.
find your video if there's nothing popular about it.
I just want you guys to see how many insane amount of videos Wave has put out. This is why you need to follow the guy, because you will discover a new band guaranteed in one day, in 24 hours. Look at this, insane.
Yeah, that's a live
He put out how many videos in a day? What?
stream, a single live stream, because I post all the clips from my live streams now. And
Hey, that's kind of a good way to do it. I mean, I stream it live and just clip it out and just go.
it's overwhelming how many amazing bands are out there.
Yeah.
And
Dude, how
the
many
major-
bands have you forgot about? I mean, we see it when people mention bands. You're like, oh, I never heard of them. They're like, you've watched them 3-4 times on your live stream. It's like, dude,
Yeah,
you see so much, you can't remember all that shit.
That's true as well, man. Like, I'm glad I'm not the only one.
And I've found some. I look through my Spotify, like what I've liked, and I'm like, when did I hear this band? You know what I mean?
That's it, Gaijin guys. Either way, you won't earn a dime on reactions YouTube claims. On the other hand, the other day I heard discussion YouTube algorithm. TLDR, if a video is really good, it will be pushed.
And I'm like, oh yeah, that was from that one fucking live stream, and it was.
Well, that's not exactly true. Because you could do YouTube ad revenue share as well, depending on what the band is, depending on what the agreement. Jeez, all these flies.
There's too much.
Mhm.
There's so many bands out there.
But it's also about the sincerity level that you bring into it. So it's like, if you go in there and you're reacting to popular bands and people can tell that you're reacting to a popular band because they're popular, then you're not going to retain that audience. You know what I mean? Like,
No.
so there has to be,
Yeah, you can't fake it.
you have to be
I say you can't fake it, but
genuine.
there are people
in
that
it.
do.
You know,
I'm not
like
sure
when I
who,
first
but-
started, right? Like I was very interested in K-pop just from hearing a couple songs. I was just like, whoa, this is kind of crazy. I want to hear more of this. I figured I'll turn on the camera when I listen to it. I like reactions. Why not do it, right? And I wasn't getting that many views, maybe 1,000 or something like that. And then I did BTS and I got like 100,000 views on my first video. And it was like, okay, well, I'm gonna do some more BTS, you know.
Right.
But if I had not liked the
Fair
first
enough.
song that I heard, I would have. And I'm not an actor, you know what I mean? Like, if I had not liked it and I said that I liked it, people would have been like, "Fuck this guy. He doesn't, he's obviously doing this for views. I'm not gonna watch his videos anymore." So I think people are more aware than sometimes we give them credit for, and they
You
can
can
tell if you're
feel
being
it.
sincere.
Right, champ? Like, I feel like when you watch, there's some people you watch, you're like, you get this inclination like something's wrong. Like, that's how I
Yes.
feel. I'll watch certain reactors, like, something feels off or feels weird. To me, maybe.
I do watch some reactors here and there. I do reacting to reactors, and I noticed that as well. I noticed that.
To some people, they're totally bought in, but there's some people I watch, I'm like, I don't know, something's weird, and I'll just like click away. But
Are they like overly? I don't know how to put it. Like overly excited. Sometimes it's hard to gauge though, because people react in different ways and express themselves in different ways. And then you also have to factor in sometimes, like, we are humans. Sometimes we just have bad days, and just like, there's other things are going on with us that just cause an issue. Like for example, I had a reaction for a baby metal video of, I think it was Night Burn. Or I don't know. I don't think it was that one. I think it was I forgot which one it was. But I genuinely liked the song and the performance. But what was on my mind was that I was about to do a bunch of things, whatever, and so it did mess with my reaction there. And someone in the comment section was like, "You look bored during this." It's like, I wasn't bored. I definitely expressed that I wasn't bored at the end of the video, but during watching it, I did have some other things on my mind for sure. And that happens, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely feel like that's a thing. I think that just like the bands that we listen to, you want that connection with them. You want to be able to relate to them, and I think that you need that with like a person that you're watching on YouTube also.
Yeah. All right. Any more thoughts on this topic?
There's different topics. I think we're about to get into the pay to play topic.
Or should we move on to the next one?
Let's go to the next one.
Yeah, this is a Chance
Clear on
BTS
them.
video. Holy crap. Is that the first one you did? Right here?
No, I think the first one I did is you'd have to scroll down a little bit to find
Yeah.
it, I think.
Gotcha.
It's that one, the yellow one.
Oh, there you go.
What's
BTS
that,
Idol.
What's that got?
Yeah, 118,000 3 years ago. Oh, yeah, we started at the same time. That's right.
BTS is where it's at, huh? I think I reacted to some BTS a long time ago on another channel.
All right. The next topic, thoughts on paid reactions. I saw some comments in the chat.
All right, paid reactions, pay to play. I kind of already gave my thoughts in the beginning of the stream, in case you missed it. In a nutshell, if you're paid by a label to react, that's pretty. Then you're pretty much engaging in that payola scheme. Okay. Back in the day of the radio stations, well, I say back in the day, it's still current. Okay, it's still happening. The problem with pay to play is, even if it's from, like, let's say a band or from a fan, okay, there is a chance that it could like influence your reaction. There is that chance because the incentive is there. The incentive obviously being money. You know, if someone paid you money, let's say it's like a listener or a fan or whatever, $20 or whatever the amount is, to react to a certain band, and you react to them, well, are you going to give a full, honest, critical reaction? Are you going to withhold certain thoughts, be kind of nice about it? Like, because if you were to be a little too critical, they may not like it, and they may not want to pay anymore for any other reactions. Because one thing, I don't know if these guys will tell you, but one thing for sure, or one thing I notice, if you, depending on the band, it seems, if you express just a little bit of criticism, even if you try to do it in a very constructive way, there is that kind of response, kind of like a lash. Okay, it's like, what do you mean? Okay, some people are very sensitive, and anyway. My point is that when someone gives you money, it may influence your reaction. Now, with that said, though, like people having Patrons or like super chats or little donations or whatever for a reaction, I don't really care. It is whatever. I mean, people got to make money one way or the other. Or that's fair. That's fine. It's kind of like, yeah. I mean, it's fine. The area that I have a problem with is like a band being charged for a reaction, and then the industry essentially, or a player in the industry, I should say, paying you, because that definitely will be an influence, 100%. Okay, all right. Keep that gravy coming though. Once you bite.
Too touching on this, so let's discuss it. What do you guys think?
This is gonna.
You did a video about that guy asking for 2K. I did. One of the reactors I thought was faking it because I watched 3 or 4 videos Oh, let me put this on. I don't have the YouTube chat on the screen. So it looks like I'm just talking to myself right here. I'll put the YouTube chat on the screen here. Where is my chat? Oh, man. Man, I'm just like all over the place right now. Well, is it this? That's the alert box. This? Chat window. That's it? That's not really cool, man. It kind of blocks the screen. Does that work? If you say something, test it out. The Twitch chat is much better. I had that already set up. I guess I didn't have it set up for this. Let's see. Test. No. Oh, it did. It showed up. It showed up. So Repo Bob in the chat, he did say that he noticed a fake reactor. And it would just so happen to be the one I talked about the other night, which I think his name was Alex or something. I'm not saying his name to cause drama. I'm saying his name because it is true. He did a thing. And if that's a standard practice, well, it's something that I definitely did disagree with. It's not an attack to him personally. It's just whatever he's comfortable with that, charging bands like $2,000 for a reaction. I'm not comfortable with that. I don't know anything about the guy personally, right? So it's not a slight towards him. It's just I disagree with that practice. I don't know. I don't think these guys do that. I would imagine. I would imagine that they would have a problem with it too, or kind of like mind their own garden sort of mindset about the whole thing, I guess. Okay. So let's go in here.
This is gonna be dicey, I think.
Let's do it.
All right. Why don't you go first this time, Wave? How do you feel about paid reactions?
Well, every single YouTube channel is run by one person that only has so much time in their life. And we all need to make a living. We all need to feed our family. We all have so much time to do anything we want to do. And
the response, of course, would be like, why don't you get a job and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. I could see that. But like I said, I don't have a problem like people doing super chats or Patreon for like reactions suggestions. It's whatever. I mean, I don't have a problem with that.
If you don't even have enough time to react to paid reactions without getting behind, you can't do free reactions, unless it's something you're really passionate about, or if it's a friend you really like that you just want to see what they're into. But it's really hard to make time for anything beyond that, And so
with that said, I am definitely not interested in wanting to charge people for reactions. I mean, it's not something I would do, but I mean, if someone were to give me like $5 to do a reaction, sure, I'll take the money. Thank you for the money. I'll gladly do it, but it's not something I'll be asking for.
No, we're not forcing anyone to pay for reactions. We're doing it because for it to be worth our time that we're not spending on our other jobs to make a living, we have to get something for our time, That's the way I see it. And people request because they want to see my reaction and they want to support the channel and help me keep doing this. So it's ultimately up to them, and I really appreciate the support and the fact that they appreciate what I do so much.
I gotta say this too. It is gonna sound like a lot of brown nosing, but it's not. I don't think Wave, I think that's the name, right? I don't think he's faking this. If you haven't already checked it out, his Gotrek spin video, I mean, it was really good. There's a reason why he won. I think he won, right? They won the pick for Gotrek spin. Well, yeah, of course. He went above and beyond. Okay. All right. Here in this freeze frame, he looks stoned out of his mind. Looks stoned. Look at that. Look at that. A fan paying 10 to 24 reaction is not the same as a banner label. Exactly. That's what I was saying in the beginning. It's not the same thing.
They're willing to donate their money and time to help me do it and help me discover these new bands, So that's the way I look at it.
So what we need to do is pay Champ to do a deep dive into chemical reaction. I agree.
$400.
I really don't want to hear him talk about it.
Deep dives take a long time.
I don't want to hear me talk about it either. So.
What about you, Ryan?
Yeah, that's a good point to it, but Gotcha Spin did a free reaction. But they also set up the competition and they only reacted to 2 of them, you know? So they don't have that extra time either.
But they got a lot of
Right. They did a random pick, and I don't think it was a pure random pick. I mean, I think they had an idea. All right, because anyway,
a lot of new people looking at him too. It's pretty fucking smart.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you feel, Ryan, about paid reactions?
Let's see. Let's see. So
I
let's
think I
say
heard his opinion.
somebody
I'm
gets
not sure.
paid like,
Last night.
oh, I don't know, $2,000 for a reaction. Do I think that's ridiculous? Yes. Do I wish I was getting it? Yeah.
Oh, wait. So we heard about the $2,000 thing, but probably not for me. Probably from somebody else. All right, let's back up.
Let's see. So let's say somebody gets paid like, oh, I don't know, $2,000 for a reaction.
Did he just randomly pick $2,000, or is he referencing the $2,000? Is that just happenstance? What is that? $2,000 from a band? That's I'd be like, no. Well, and the other thing is too, the band didn't offer that. The band did offer to pay, but he turned around, this Alex guy, and was like, all right, $2,000. It was like, what? Okay, wait a second. What? What? That's not cool, bro. That's not cool at all, man.
Do I think that's ridiculous? Yes. Do I wish I was getting it? Yeah.
I mean, yeah. At the same time, I understand, because if a band were to send me an offer of $2,000, would I take it? Repo, Bob, and other people who were watching, the 2 other people. I wish I could say I was full of integrity, but there is a price. We all have a price. I want to say no, but I wouldn't be asking for it, you know?
But okay, so here's where, I mean, if somebody's willing to pay it,
$2,000.
then how are you wrong for taking it? Now, there's a sincerity that I value in reactions to where
The
there's
sincerity is what's going to be an issue. If you, like, let's say, okay, I'm going to listen to what this guy has to say, but if you take, let's say he took that $2,000, okay, for a reaction, there's no way you're giving a bad reaction. There's no way you're saying anything critical about that band for $2,000. For $2,000, someone can show me what's a band? Taylor Swift. I'm not a Taylor Swift fan, and I'd be like, oh man, this is the best music ever. This is the best thing I've ever heard in my life. Okay, because I want more.
I think there's this distinction that should be brought up. Like, we know Wave, he's seeing shit he hasn't seen. He's an honest guy.
If it's stated in the video, then we know the reaction might be. But yeah, you gotta be transparent about that. I think that'd be good. Ethics in reaction videos.
He'll try and make the best out of any situation. We know that. I will too. If I don't like something, I'm not gonna be like, this is stupid.
Wait, back up.
If I think there's this distinction that should be brought up. Like, we know Wave, he's seeing shit he hasn't seen. He's an honest guy. If he'll try and make the best out of any situation, we know that. I will too. If I don't like something, I'm not gonna be like, this is stupid, you know. But if you got someone paid to do a reaction and they try and bullshit their way through it, I think that's bullshit. But they're still getting paid, dude. So I don't know. I can't say.
Well, so yeah, he does see a problem with it. And it is bullshit to kind of fake your way through it, especially if you're getting paid for it, and just fake your way and appease the person who paid you just so that chance that you get more money. That's definitely bullshit.
Right or wrong. You know, we have a Patreon. People support me through Patreon, which is great. And
Is it right or is it wrong? Well, it's not a wrong that's really going to affect anyone. I mean, it's not like morally wrong or anything like that. It's not wrong on a moral level, I don't think. I don't see how that would be. Ethically, well, there's a bias. There's a bias there.
I don't get like paid really per reaction. It's just they support me through there, then they put their suggestions in, then I eventually get to them.
Yeah.
Which I'm going to be able to do more here. But, you know, so I look at it as, you know, these people want to hear what I have to say about this certain song that they like. And if that's what they want, that's fine. If somebody wants to give me more, that's fine too. But I'm not gonna, I don't know, dude. I think there's just a difference between being paid to react kindly to a video versus being paid to react genuinely to a video. And there's a distinction that it doesn't.
Well, and that's kind of the issue though, right? It's like, where is that difference? Where is that line at? How can you tell? Like, how do you know? And it's hard to really gauge that. I mean, and I said earlier, oh, you feel it. Do you though? Like, I mean, I don't mean you like them personally. I just mean you like in a general. Like when you're watching a video or a reaction video, can you tell if it's authentic? Can you really tell? I mean, what if it turned out the person who thought was authentic was charging bands money and stuff like that, or was just kind of like, I don't know how you would be able to tell, other than like it's just about like perception, I guess.
Doesn't really matter if you're paying for it. If you, I mean, it's supply and demand, dude. If people want it, then who are you to tell them they can't pay for something like that? I don't know. It's whether or not people watch that shit. If you want to watch someone bullshit their way through a video and pretend they like it because somebody else paid them to do it, I guess that's up to you too. I'm not going to watch it.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Those reactions are for the birds. I mean, that's garbage stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, to be honest with you, I highly I really need the paid reactions and the lessons and everything I do because I have 4 kids. So, like, I mean,
4 kids. Oh shit. The Catholic? I'm just asking. 4 kids? 4 kids. Wow. Man.
It's either if I want to keep doing, if I want to do music, I need the money to keep going. Because otherwise I have to go back to being in food service, right? So what I'm saying is I needed to support myself to support my family. So
oh yeah, and that's another thing too. Some people like their channel is their livelihood, and like I said in the beginning, man, I don't have a problem like donations, super chats, Patreon, things like that. That's fine, whatever. Some people may have an issue with it. Okay, I'll say that sure, I could see why some people would. But at the same time, it's not like that big of a deal. I don't think anyway.
So I can actually keep doing this. So I'm in like wave situation where like this is my job, but I definitely do it from a genuine point of view. Like I make sure I enjoy it and stuff and try, but you're right. I think you should disclose it, which I always do. I always say, oh, this is sponsored by Patreon. That's what I used to do back in the day. I changed things around now. So, because I don't like taking paid reactions, but I do it on live streams only. And I think that's the best common ground for me. So, and it works and I can keep doing what I'm doing. And it helps me do the more longer videos that I put on YouTube now, where I break down the tracks because I don't get paid for those at all. But I love doing it so much.
I was thinking, I think I have one of those cloud shirts that he's wearing. That black shirt with the clouds on it, that's what that is. I had one. I don't know what happened. Anyway, I'm listening to what he's saying. And yeah, I mean, sometimes you take the pay. He does it they're in the live stream. Okay.
Much, splitting them up. So I definitely, I rely on it a lot. Unfortunately, I wish I didn't. I really do. There's part of me that wishes I didn't have to rely on paid reactions. I really do. I hope to just have a bunch of students and I can just stop it altogether because that'll be the first thing that I stop doing is paid reactions. Because I much prefer teaching for money. I guess you could say. Much rather do that, or for releasing original music and stuff. That's the end goal for me. But I don't think there's anything wrong with doing it as long as you disclose it and say, hey.
Okay, as long as you disclose it. Fair enough. Yeah. And I think it's kind of part of to do that. Like, let's say it was from like a super chat. Obviously, you're gonna mention that. People are gonna see that super chat for $5 or $10. Can you react to this? And be like, oh man, for $10. Oh, look at this super chat. Thank you so much for the support. Oh yeah, I'll check out that band right now. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Or I'm doing this reaction. It was suggested by Patreon so and so. Boom. It's kind of already there. It's the act itself. Like, it's already going to be disclosed. The other stuff, I'm reacting to this band because they paid me $1,000. That is where it gets grimy. Okay.
I got paid to do this, but I'm going to give you my honest thoughts because I've done that before, and people were pretty upset that I didn't give them their confirmation bias, and maybe I could have been more clear and said, hey, you're going to get my true thoughts no matter if you paid or not. I think if you...
Well, that's good. That's good to know. I haven't really checked on their reactions, but that's good to know. That's good to know that they do that.
Say that. Or some people like to pay for a confirmation bias, and I think that's okay too. If you're okay with somebody faking that they like the song, then hey, whatever, to each their own. I don't think there's anything wrong with that either.
Oh, but they don't see it that way. As someone paying like that, they're not paying thinking that they want the confirmation bias. It's kind of what they want, sure, yeah. But they're thinking you have to like what they like because it's so good because they like it, and you'd be out of your mind to not like it.
No,
that's their reality.
A world where people love reality TV, and that's the farthest thing. It's not fucking reality.
Exactly.
They don't. Yeah. So I mean, it's like you said, dude. I think for me, it comes down to whether or not I'm not going to placate somebody just because they said I want you to listen to this. I will listen to it. I'll give you my honest reaction, and that's what people that follow me want to see.
Yeah.
And that which is great. If people start dropping off because I don't like the songs they give me, then I guess that's my problem. But that I think that people generally, I think with me, people that support me know the kind of shit I like, and they want to like expose me to stuff I haven't seen in that kind of music. Like,
and that's fair, and that's kind of cool too. You know what, man? I gotta tell you what. When this channel first started, when I started getting really into reaction, especially the Japanese metal scene, man, there was a lot more activity and a lot more like, oh, you gotta check out this band, check out this band, check out this band. It was so cool, so cool. I think all those streams are on Twitch though. It was really on Twitch. I guess that's where I could do those reactions. Yeah. Man, I need to get back in the routine. I'm working on a video game.
Check this out. I think you'll dig it. And then I'm back to what Wade was saying. There's so much music that's awesome. And it keeps coming at you. And it's that's what I love about it, man, is discovering this music. And if it's a lesser known band and you can put it out there and some other people see it, that's great too. Like, that's part of what I love about it, And for me, like, it's kind of, I try and break down some shit, but I don't think I'm very good at it, but I have fun doing that. And sometimes people learn some shit about it, and sometimes people just laugh at me struggling to figure out a line. But
another thing is,
I'm not going to tell somebody you're.
I haven't really checked out his reactions. The older dude, he seems pretty genuine.
Dumb for paying somebody to do that. Well, it's their fucking money, man. And if someone's, well, whatever.
Yeah, Eric.
That's
and
the thing. Like, each individual brings a different. Like, people are paying because they want to see that specific person react to it, and also, like, just to shoot this in real quick before we get to Champ and the reactions. Like, I feel like with paid reactions, I will talk about my opinion if I really like the song. But It's also more about like, this is a fellow artist who's spent time creating this music, and I'm going to do my best to find things I appreciate about it, even if it's not something I would want to listen to in my free time.
Sure.
Because it's someone who put a lot of time and work.
And that's kind of what we're talking about, though. Like looking for something nice to say. Look at this. Kind of reminds me back to like grade school. I don't know if you had that same experience. The teachers would tell you, you gotta talk about something nice to say. You know, okay, constructive criticism. Okay, criticism sandwich, whatever the hell they call it. I forgot what this stuff. Do you even know what I'm talking about? Probably not. You know, I understand that. I get that. But at the same time, you're going to run into an artist, even if it's like a paid suggestion that you just do not like. And you're going to be like, you know, it's just not for me. Thank you for the $5 or $10. But thanks for the suggestion. But I just don't like it, man.
Work into their craft and developing this art, and there's always something to appreciate from an artist standpoint with that, you know.
Yeah. Well, there's some people who be like, oh, you're only doing the paid reactions because you fail as a musician. I've gotten those comments.
True.
What do you
because he failed as a musician. Well, hey, I guess. I mean, those guys are musicians, I think. I mean, I played guitar once, bass, whatever.
I always say I haven't failed yet. I'm still working at it.
But those are just asshole comments anyway.
What I think I've topped like 24 listeners on Spotify last month. Fuck yeah, fucking 40% increase.
I mean,
Dude, nice. I'm up to 2.
I mean,
but I got people literally in I know people in Australia, I know people in UK are listening to it, and for me that's fucking great, dude. I'm gonna keep making some music and doing like I'm good. Like as far as my music career goes, I don't fucking care. Like I'm playing music and I'm doing improvisations, which is the most fun thing for me to do, and some people dig it, and so fucking whatever, I'm cool with it.
But you also gotta think, like, the people who are saying that are probably just assholes anyway. I mean, are they musicians too? Are they struggling musicians? Or like where's this coming from? Because I see that doesn't even really matter. It's like you're doing paid reactions because you want to, because you like it, because the opportunity's there. People want to see you react. Okay, fine, do that. And I think some of these guys, I think they break it down. I mean, Wave, he did the whole Gotrek spin reaction, playing the instruments and stuff. That's kind of cool.
Champ, what about you, man?
Yeah, I mean, everything you guys said, I do paid reactions on my Patreon, and so clearly I don't have any problem with it.
A lot of reactors do. I think even David Heretic does. So I don't think even he can say that's a bad thing. No, he's not the voice of like reason. I'm just saying it because what I'm saying is he's not the voice for reactors. Okay. But yeah, Patreon's fine, Super Chat's fine, all that's fine. I keep repeating that. It's taking money from the bands. That's the problem. Like charging bands. When people do that, or becoming a puppet for a label or a publisher, then you're just, well, a puppet.
I think the biggest argument I would have against people that do have a problem with it is that when I first started my channel, I didn't have Patreon. It's not like I started my channel and the Patreon came with it. It was, I was doing reactions. They were all done for free,
Yeah.
And then people were saying like, hey man, like, how can I get you to do a reaction? It's like, okay, well, there's all these people that are asking me to do reactions. I don't have time to do all of them. If you really, really want to skip ahead of the line, go ahead, you could donate something to me over my Patreon and I'll make sure that I get to yours first. Right. So like, to me, like what Ryan was saying is, why would you say no to them at that point? They want to give you this money so that you do this thing for them. I like the money, and they.
Yeah, I don't know why anyone would say no to that. No, I don't want to take that cash.
like the reaction. There is no problem with that in my mind.
It's a win-win.
And as Alan was saying, you know, we're grown ass adults. You know, all four of us now have children or a child on the way, and I feel like as much time as I can dedicate to this, it would be so much less if it was just a hobby and I wasn't prioritizing it over, like, you know, stuff in real life, like having
That's true. That's true. This reaction stuff it does take time, and it's time that you're not spending with your kids, time you're not spending with your wife or with the neighbors or with friends or whatever you like to do. Like that is a real issue.
a job and a family and stuff like that. But because there is a little bit of income that comes in through it that helps us, I think that it justifies the amount of time that we're willing to spend on it as an adult. You know, so to me that matters. Like I couldn't do this. I wouldn't
help the wife understand what's happening. Especially at the time. Well, honey, I'm making money doing it. Oh, okay. That's a whole totally different thing, right?
have done this for 4 years if there was no money involved in it, just because I wouldn't have had the time. I would have had to do something else for money. Put it that way. I would have had to do something else that gave me more money.
To add real quick, the wife would not let me do this.
Yeah, dude. If there's any
Exactly that. Right there, what I said. The joke about the wife. Okay. I did watch a little bit of this, but not this far. I stopped around when Ryan started talking about the pay to play. I was like, that's when I was like, okay, this is going to be good to react to.
Anybody watching that does something they want to do for free with no other job, go ahead and speak up.
It's like an unpaid internship, man.
Nobody does. Yeah, I mean, Bandmate doesn't tour for free.
Yeah,
just because they really love music. It's a lot of fucking work, man. You got to put time into it. It takes your day, and you gotta,
yeah. And I'd also like to throw out what Captain Dusty said here. When it comes to Patreon requests, I'm paying to support the content creators. If I get a quote unquote free reaction out of it, that's cool with me. And I feel like that's a pretty
that's cool.
consistent mentality to a lot of the people that I find on our Patreons, especially mine. Okay, I don't know yours as much.
The other thing too, my take on this whole thing is, who cares? Like, who cares? Who really cares that someone receives a $10 super chat, our Patreon support, for a reaction? When I talk about paid reactors or reactors pay to play, I'm not even talking about that. That's not what I'm really talking about. I'm talking about charging bands and money coming from the labels. That's what I'm talking about. All right? Like, what they're talking about would be kind of like someone paying a DJ to put a certain song on. To react to or to give commentary afterwards, okay? That's what that is. That's what's going on there. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. And I don't see what the issue is. I really don't. I don't see that.
Much. It might be the same for you guys, but on mine, like, I feel like most of the people there, like, they would be supporting me regardless of if I was to give them a reaction. At least that's what they've told me. Who knows if they're fucking lying to me, but that's what they've told me. And for that, it's just like, okay, well, I appreciate it, and in return, I will give you the reaction, because, like, why wouldn't I? You deserve it. Like, you are hooking me up, I want to hook you up.
Yep.
Yeah. And the way I see it, it's like you are giving people an option to guarantee that you check out the song they want to see your reaction to. You know, when I do live streams, it's a guarantee that I will react to that day, you know?
Yeah.
And when with my Patreon, they have a guarantee that I'm going to react to what they want me to see, you know,
as opposed to me, like every couple.
In fact, if anything, I could probably be more if I was really concerned about making money from this, I could probably be more forceful. No, that's not the word I'm looking for. really push people to really just post on the Patreon and all that. Like for me, it's like, if they offer, that's fine. But it's not really something I'm asking for.
Couple weeks, I'm like, hey, I want to do some reaction videos, and I do like 3, and then fucking laugh the rest of the
Well,
so thank you, patrons, for sticking with me. Even though I'm super inconsistent.
Two-Way Bug raises a good point. Asterism does it for free, but they know the payoff is the exposure. That's still something that they're getting out of it,
Yeah.
But we get that too. I will say, like, we get exposure too by putting stuff out for free. I think that's like,
yeah, you're gonna do stuff.
Astrum does it for free now, but that's not gonna be their model for like long term. Doing it for free is never a long term business practice that actually works. If you're trying to make it to where you can live off of your whatever it is you're doing, okay? People need to be able to make money, okay? Now there's different ways you can make money. That's where the issues come in, right?
It's like a happy medium of both. It's like, I think when people pay, it's kind of like getting that immediate reward, like for that reaction to live streams. And then Wave and I
didn't know Asterism did reactions.
Well, is that what they're talking about? The Asterism reaction? I thought they were talking about. I think I saw a video of Asterism playing at Santa Monica. Obviously, that's a free show. There's no ticket there, and I'm sure it costs them a lot to go there, travel expenses and all. But that's not their Asterism doing a free show at Santa Monica is not their end goal. Okay, they're not going to stop and be like, okay, we achieved the dream. That's it. We're done. Or just forever play at Santa Monica. Then that doesn't make any sense. No, they're gonna get more known, become more established, and then start playing at venues, and then obviously making money off tickets and merchandise. It's just how it is.
The live shows they were playing for free.
I know.
Oh.
That's like 3. It's like 2 shows and a couple outdoor things. We'll see how long that lasts.
Oh my gosh, Kurt! Thank you so
Kurt.
much.
Appreciate it.
Kurt.
He wants to
You're
pay.
the man.
All right,
So
what do you want to
sweet.
see, buddy?
He wants to pay.
For $49.99, you can see whatever you want, man. For $50, little man, I'll do BTS. You just name a band, man.
Just do a Kurt reaction, right?
Paid reaction.
Tell you what, I'll do tortured reactions. I'll do tortured reactions that will like destroy this channel, for money. I'll tell you that. For a good price, I'll react to some Taylor Swift, and I will be like, that's gonna get blocked. That's gonna get blocked real fast. I don't think that's gonna be allowed. I don't know if she's cool with that. But I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the Swift. I'm not a Swiftie. My wife is. Obviously. A lot of women are, right?
He wants Ryan to catch up on his Patreon request. That's what he
I'm
wants.
sorry. I'll look it down. Things are going to change on my Patreon.
Yeah.
Things are going to change.
But
All right.
I was gonna say, I want to mention something too. Like with Wave and I, well, Wave, you have your secondary job, I guess, but with the wedding stuff, like this is Wave and I
very spotty.
It's very spotty, right? But him and I are very consistent because I teach, he does wedding stuff, and that's very spotty for us. And by the way, if you want to do lessons, check out my Patreon. But
Wave does wedding stuff. I mean, like a DJ.
But
Or he just plays at weddings.
But my point is, like, yeah, you have to have that supplemental income everywhere. Like I think we're always worrying because we don't have that job anymore that was there, and that's kind of.
Or you could have a job that you really hate that just drains your soul from you. Okay, you can work for the state. Oh man. No, like it's okay to make a living off your channel. It's okay for donations and super chats and all that stuff. Really, all this is coming from is someone that is too busy minding someone else's garden instead of their own. Okay? that phrase has been coming out a lot lately. Voltaire, Candide, right? Candide, that book. At the end, if you ever read that book, at the end of all the crazy adventure, it just boils down to like, what was at the end? Someone presents this. Let's just say a bunch of drama's happening. So some major issue, and he's just like, you know what? I'm just gonna tend to my own garden. I'm gonna go back to tend to my own garden. I'm gonna go back and focus on my issues, focus on my thing instead of worrying about everybody else. And that's what's happening here. You got probably some other reactor be like, oh, people are being paid for super chats, whatever, are being paid super chats for reactions. I was like, okay, is that coming from a place of envy? What is that? You're going to hang up your hat because of that? Okay. Why? It's not, if you don't like doing it, why would you, then just don't do it. Okay? Like, I don't ask, it's not it's not required. It's not an obligation to pay me for a reaction. But if it's there, okay, fine, I'll take it. You know, people just need to mind their own business, honestly. Unless now there's some areas, there's some issues though. Okay, charging a ban is one of those issues.
One of the point, like I mentioned, I'm sure Wave would love not to do paid reactions. I mean, I'm pretty sure all of us would be like that if we were.
Oh, he shoots weddings. Whoa. I can't say that. That sounds crazy. He shoots weddings? I know what you mean. He shoots weddings. He's a photographer. But if you take it out of context, it's a totally different thing, though. Okay?
We're all set. Of course, we just do it. We just do it and get it done, and focus more on like the new stuff or focus on our original music. I think it's the biggest thing for me is like not being able to focus on original music as much, and trying to get back to that, trying to have a happy balance because you're trying to keep up with everything.
Yeah. As a musician, that's what we really want to be spending our time doing. Like, I wish I could just play drums and guitar all day,
Yeah.
But I'm not good enough artist to actually be able to
But on
do
the
that.
flip side, this is the second best thing to that, right? Like, if I'm not going to be playing music, I might as well be learning from music, right? So that's what I tried to do when I listened to these reactions. Like, what can I take away from this song?
Yes.
To help me when I do get on that fucking guitar or drums or bass or whatever. What can I take from that to do that?
Yeah. What are these
That's not a bad idea. That's not bad at all.
bands doing well that I've been completely ignorant to up to this point? I've learned so much from watching these bands musically, and now I'm too nervous to post any original music because it doesn't meet the standards that I see from other bands.
Hey, man, that's just him being harsh on himself.
Honestly, we're all
Because we are our own worst critic.
one type of reactor, right? There's definitely other reactors that are not. I think the four of us we're all musicians, so it's really hard to, have an unbiased opinion, I guess, in that sense, right? Because what about the reactors that don't do it like how we are?
Like, as not a musician? I'm not a musician, and I'm a reactor, so I guess that would be me. I react to it because I want to, because I enjoy the music. Usually my commentary at the end, I talk about like the vibe of the song or kind of what I felt, that sort of thing as a listener. Somebody just enjoys, listening to it. And the little things I notice here and there, that's about it.
People watch what they like.
Or maybe sometimes talk about what I thought the meaning of the song is when I go over the lyrics.
The songs and make money off the actual reactions.
I enjoy watching non-musicians react to music too. If they have a real passion, because like you guys were talking about last week, and I was really bummed I missed the conversation, but about what makes a reaction worth watching. And they're so multifaceted. Every individual person out there has different tastes in what they watch.
What I think makes a reaction worth watching is definitely more than 3 to 5 minutes at the end of just saying, "Oh yeah, that was cool. Yeah, that's good." Man, the reactors, I'm not going to name any names on this one, okay? but it's just like you watch the whole thing, and all they say is, "Oh yeah, I liked it." Okay, like what did you like about it? Can you express what you liked about it? Now I will say it's a little difficult at times because I'm not a musician. I can't go into that level of musicianship and all that stuff. I can't really break it down like that. But I can talk about what I felt listening to it and all that. All for that.
But even us four, we don't share the same audience. There's people who watch one of us, don't watch the rest. We all have different audiences because people.
Now, I think we're coming to the end here. I don't know if they referenced the pay-to-play stuff anymore. I think we got everything we need. I don't want to watch the rest of it here. I think I ended up agreeing with the Gaijin guys. I mean, because what they were saying was very similar to what I've been saying when it comes to the pay-to-play sort of thing. And when I say pay-to-play, I'm not even talking about like super chats and Patreon. Although I think people will think that. What I'm talking about is being a puppet for the industry, being an industry plant, pretty much. Okay. Charging bands for reactions. Okay. Those are things that could definitely cause an issue. It wouldn't be fair to the band. It wouldn't be right. Now, with that said, the people who do that are they doing some moral? Is it like a moral wrong, a moral evil? No, it's just something I disagree with. Okay, that's about it on that. I don't think it's ethical, but whatever. Unless they disclose that they charged a band money. Okay. Anyway, so that was that. Okay. So now that we're done talking about the pay-to-play stuff, I guess I could ask, what else should I call it? When I use the phrase pay-to-play or paid reactors, I'm not even talking about the super chats and the Patreon stuff. I'm talking about hey, are they getting paid by the bands? Are they getting paid by the labels? Or is there a favor? Is there this you help me, I help you sort of thing going on? Is there some sort of connection with that? Is it because that's the issue. And I think this version of pay to play or whatever, paid reactions, is a distraction of what the real issue really is. But I guess this stuff, who cares really, I need to come up with another phrase. Can't even say paid actors. Oh, maybe. I don't know. I'll think about that. At this point, gentlemen, we are kind of done with the stream. I talked about what I was going to talk about, reacted to what I was going to react to. I will say thank you for hanging out and checking it out. I will put the timestamps in so that if you come in late, you can see the whole conversation or pretty much reaction to their stuff. Yeah, well, that's it though. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support, and y'all take it easy. Have a good one. Cat is in the way. I can't see my screen. We're not starting anymore. We're ending.